No hang-ups. Hi, I'm not in. I went out to see that new movie starring Bo Derek, where she plays a schizophrenic. It's called 20. Beep. Welcome back to Sassy Granny Vlogs. Hello, everybody. I have a haul for y'all. Today is Saturday. And yes, my baby daughter Katie, and her two youngins, my precious babies, Gracie and Lena, came and got Granny, and we went to Slidell. We didn't go to Hobby Lobby. We went to Michael's because I found out that Hobby Lobby was not the store that had the thing that I wanted. Michael's does. So we went to Michael's, and we enjoyed looking around, and I had fun with my babies. I really, really, really did. So I got a haul for y'all here. I bought two things at Michael's. Two or three. I'm trying to remember now, and I can't. Let me get this knot untied here so I can show y'all. Alright. The thing that I went for, well, I'll do it last. I got this. I'm going to decorate it up and use it in a project that I've been thinking about for a while. So, I went ahead and picked that up, a wooden tray. So, there's that. And then the main thing I went for that I was really wanting to go for and hoping to find, I can't remember if I told y'all or not. This is, get it out of this big bag. So, it's a big book box. Okay? And it looks pretty and springy. It's got flowers on it. I was hoping to find one that had some purple in it as well as pink. But they just had two of them. So, and actually both of them was the same design. The other one was smaller, but it was the big one that I wanted. So, this is something that I've had in mind for years. Way back in Tennessee, I was subscribed. I'm still subscribed to her. This lady that does journaling, and she used a big box. Of course, hers was around Christmas time, so the theme was Christmas. And then it was a Christmas-looking box. Of course, she actually painted over it and changed the look of it. But anyway, she was using this as her, like the cover, the book cover of her journal. And then all the pages that she decorated and journaled on were inside. And I thought that was a neat idea. And I wanted to do that as well. So that's why I got this. Because I'm really getting into doing my journals. And again, and really liking it. So, ooh, sorry y'all, I hit the camera. So I finally went and got me a box so I could do this. But mine, see, spring is my favorite season. Okay. And we're getting into spring now, right? So I wanted a spring looking one because what I'm going to do with this journal, it's going to be my seasons and holidays journal. Y'all know me. I'm not much with crafting the holidays, right? But I'm going to try to make myself with this as they come, you know. So I'm going to start with spring because we're coming into spring and it's my favorite season. And this looks springy, so that's what I'm going to do. But then after spring, you know, so I'm going to do like Easter, you know, stuff like that. So then after spring, it'll be summer. So I'll do summer stuff and the summer holidays, 4th of July, you know, so on and so on like that. So I'm excited about this. This is going to be one of my Bees book box journal for my open collab, ABC Crafting. Alright, so that's what I got at Michael's there. After we left Michael's, Katie wanted to go to Books A Million, and we looked around, And I've been watching another lady that I really love to watch that does journaling. And she has a bunch of these kinds of books. And she has The Little Flat Stanley. So, they didn't have the one like she had. Hers had the paper doll of Flat Stanley in the back that you could punch out. They didn't have none of those. So, and I could only get one book, but I was hoping to get the one with that. But Katie pulled up and said that I could pull the Flat Stanley doll up and print him out. So she looked that up for me and sent it to me. So I now have it in my pictures and I can print it out. So, Flat Stanley. I'm going to be journaling with Flat Stanley. Okay, and Books A Million has a free little, I guess, magazine catalog thing. And so I picked it up. I can journal with it or glue book with it. And so that's all I got at Books A Million. So after we looked around at Books A Million, we went out to eat for lunch, which was just McDonald's. And I got me the filet fish sandwich. I love those, and I have not gotten that in years. And I was in the mood, so I got one of them, and it was good. So I enjoyed myself. And then on the way back home, I read Flat Stanley to the girls. But it's got pictures in it, so I would show them pictures. I didn't see Grace. Right behind me was Lena, and Gracie was over here on the other side in the back. So I could hold it like this, and Gracie could see the pictures. Well, when I got through reading that page, I would do like this and say, "See the picture, Lena?" And she would look up at it. It was cute. We didn't finish it all. We only read the first 3 chapters. So the next time we read, which will be the next time they come to Granny's house together, we'll pick up and read chapter 4. So that was fun to do too. So I'm back home and in PJs and resting. But I wanted to come on and show y'all my haul. Alright, y'all. So, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is, I gotta finish these things with the book pages I've done. So I've got it laid out here. This is all the things. And these are all the little things that I'm going to use to decorate them with. So, but it's getting late. Sorry. It's getting late, and I'm trying to sit right in front of that light. It's getting late, so hubby will be home in a little bit, and we'll be doing supper. And, so I ain't got time to craft right now. So, tomorrow's Sunday. I don't know if I'll get to do it tomorrow either, because hubby's usually home during the day. So I may have to wait till Monday to get back to this. But once I finish this, which is just decorating them, then we will be starting on this one. The book box. It's a B. The book box journal. I'm excited and can't wait. Okay, guys. I'll let y'all go for now. We'll see y'all in the next clip. Toodaloo. Toots until then. Hello, everybody. I have one of my wild and crazy made-up stories brewing in my head. And so, I am going to start telling it to you. It's going to be a long story, so I will have to just tell you little bits of it in each of my vlogs. Okay, so here we go. Once upon a time, there was a family, the Backer family. It was a mom and a dad and a little girl, 3 years old. The little girl's name was Willow, Willow Backer. So they had to move from the home where they lived ever since Willow was born to another state and town far, far away from them because of Dad Willow's job. So they moved, and they found and bought them a nice house in this nice neighborhood. So they was moving in, unpacking, fixing up their new home one day when the neighbor from across the street walked over. She was a nice middle-aged lady, and she introduced herself to the Backer family as Beasley Clark. And so she welcomed the Backer family into the neighborhood. And she brought them a pretty bouquet of flowers for their new home. And she brought them a casserole dish to help with something to eat while they were unpacking and fixing up and getting settled in. She offered them help with unpacking. They accepted it, and she was very nice and helped them out. So, after a week went by, they were all settled into their new home. Dad Backer had started going to work. Now, Mom, she didn't work at a public professional job. But what she did was she liked to call herself a helper. She helped people. And so she started looking for people that she could help in her new neighborhood and town. So, Miss Beasley Clark, their new friend that lived across the street from them, she lived in that house by herself. She had never gotten married, so I guess you could say she was an old maid. And so she had never had any children. Now, she's got family, but they live like far away from her. And her mom and dad is done passed. So she has like far away aunts, uncles, and cousins. Her grandparents is all also done passed. So she's almost just on her own, you know, by herself with no family. So Willow's mama starts helping her out, and also pay for her helping them get unpacked and settled in their new home. But she also asked her, can you, because the lady was nice anyway and was wanting to do this anyway, so she introduced her to all the people in that neighborhood so that Miss Backer could start finding out what help all these people needed and offer the help. And so that's what she devoted her life to. Well, Mom Backer brought little Willow Backer up, teaching her this. It was a good thing to do. It was something God wanted you to do. And let's do this and be nice to everyone. And so that's how Willow Backer started growing up to be as well, wanting to help people. So they're living their life happily, doing their jobs and their helper jobs and stuff like that. And time passes, a few years, and so Miss Beasley Clark gets really, really sick. and has to go into the hospital. So, Mom Backer and Willow Backer go to visit her. Well, Miss Beasley Clark crochets, and she had crocheted a little pink cap, like I don't know what they call it, but it's the kind you put over your head like in the wintertime when it really gets cold and maybe snowing and stuff like that. But anyway, it had like a little fluff ball on top of it, right in the middle. And the day that Miss Backer and Willow went to see Miss Beasley in the hospital, Miss Beasley, she was in the bed and she was sick, but yet she was sitting there crocheting, but she was at the very end of crocheting it and was finishing it up when they come in. So she just continued finishing it, crocheting it to get through with it while they were sitting there talking. Excuse me, y'all, sorry. And so, when she finished it up and tied it off, it was completed, she just politely reached out, and because she fell in love with little Willow Backer, and Willow really liked her too, but she reached out and she says, "Here, Willow, I crocheted this pink hat for you." And Willow loved it. So she took it, Mom helped her put it on her head, and she wore that thing around all over. By this time, Willow was now 5 years old. So she enjoyed her little crocheted pink hat. All right, years more pass. Willow grows older. She becomes a teenager, and she really likes Miss Beasley Clark, and Miss Beasley Clark really likes her. And so they spend a lot of time together. Matter of fact, as a teenager, Willow goes over to her house and spends a lot of time with her, helping her in the kitchen, cooking and baking, and even helps her clean her house and stuff like that. And, they talk a lot. And Miss Beasley Clark, she's grown older too, and she's getting on up there in age. And so, I don't know, she just becomes someone that Willow can talk to about all of her problems and things. And Miss Beasley Clark, helps her through some things. Okay, so years pass, and Mom and Willow Backer still help people out, and especially really help Miss Beasley Clark out, and they become very good friends. So life goes on, years and years and years pass. Okay, Willow, things start happening that's not so good for Willow. Her dad gets hurt on the job and has to go in the hospital, and then he don't make it. He ends up passing away. Then later on, a few years, her mom gets really sick and can't help people anymore. So, Willow has to kind of nurse her, and she ends up passing away. So it's Willow left on her own, living in this house by herself. She's grown up because, some more years has passed. She's grown up some more. So she had ended up getting a job, but she still helps people. But she's not married. And so, and also Miss Beasley Clark, is growing older in age too. So she gets kind of sickly and starts needing more and more help. So Willow helps her out a lot. Every day she checks on her. She goes over there. She spends time with her. She makes food for her. She makes sure she's getting her medicines. She takes her to the doctor. All of this kind of stuff. Years and years pass doing this. Okay. finally, Miss Beasley Clark is at her old age in her last days. And she's gotten so bad now that she can't do for herself in her home. So of course, she's on Social Security and all that, and they get all the help they can get. People come in and check on her, the nurses, the aides, to bathe her and make sure she's got some food, and let's see what else. Just make sure she gets her medicine and all that. But Willow also comes over and continues to help her. So so finally, Miss Beasley Clark gets to the state, and like I said, remember, she don't have any family. All her family is distant family and lives far away, and they don't even hardly write letters to each other, so they're not like in touch very good. So it's like Miss Beasley Clark is on her own. But she ends up, she knew her life was this way when she was younger, so she had gotten things all ready and set up. She had her funeral planned, she had it paid for, gravesite, all this kind of stuff. She had a will wrote out. She had everything fixed. There was nothing to worry about. Okay, so she had it fixed that when she become of the age where she could not live by herself and take care of herself, even with aides coming in, that, she would be willing to go into a home. She picked the home out. She was paying on that, had it all fixed up. So the day comes, she had to go to a home. So Willow took her and got her settled in her home. But Miss Beasley Clark told Willow, she says, here, I want you to hang on to the keys to my house. I can't live here any longer. I don't want to sell it. And I don't want anybody to try to get in touch with my family. We never was really close. I don't want anybody going through my house and going through all my stuff. So all I would like for you to do is just hang on to my keys for me. And that's it. I don't want you going in over there. I don't want you cleaning up for me and straightening up. I don't want you to plunder in my stuff and be nosy. Just leave it be, but hold on to the keys until my time comes and I'm gone. Then there's some important papers in a safe deposit box, locked, hidden in my closet. You can get that out at that time and everything will be taken care of. No worries to you. Because she liked her so much, She trusted her and she wanted her to do that for her. So Willow agreed, and Willow kept going to visit her in the home and, stuff like that. So this is where we're going to stop here at the story in this point, and I will come back to it in our next vlog and finish telling y'all the story. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed it. This probably, I had 8 and now we're at 14. So what is that? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yep, another long one. This is the end of this vlog, so I hope y'all enjoyed it, enjoyed the story. And I'll let y'all go, and we'll get started on the next vlog, and I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Toodaloo!